new agents about launching a career, trying to get their real estate career off to a good start. They wanted to know the ingredients. What do they need to be doing every day? What are some habits that they need? So I thought it would be good for anybody out there thinking about launching something. Particularly, this is focused on real estate, but I think you probably could take some things away from it as well. So one of the things that I share with them is that every day you ought to be touching your new business. And so I share with them that for them, it is working on lead generation. Most of us have people we know. We have family, we have occupational relationships, recreational connections, social connections. We have people that we have built over time in our lives. One of my regrets, as I shared with the team, was having the opportunity to close over 10,000 transactions valued at over $2 billion. I didn't create a database. I should have had at least 30,000 people in my database, but I didn't take the time to create that. So it starts with the database. You lead gen from your database, and your database can begin with the people that you know. The easiest place to go is where you've already been in relationships. Those are the people that know you. Those are people that like you. Aside from that is that you need to be out. I told them that they need to be out previewing. Get to know what they are going to be selling. Previewing. So same thing for you. If you're going to be selling cars, go out and preview car lots. If you're going to be in tech, preview websites. Do whatever it takes. Marketing, preview ad campaigns and marketing and so forth. Take the time to learn. If you're starting out and you're launching a brand new piece of your time and effort and energy, you've got to get out and preview. And in real estate, they've got to learn how to make presentations to buyers, learn how to make presentations to sellers, because that's part of doing the business of real estate and getting comfortable with that. The other takeaway is that I share with them is that they have to think of themselves as a business. If they're in real estate, you're now a business. You are Your Name Inc. or Yourself LLC, whatever you choose to call, because you're no longer a W-2 employee. You don't have health care and benefits and FICA and Social Security and all those things coming out of your commission. You get the check and you've got to run it like a business. So part of that is making the seller presentations, making the buyer presentations, but also when you get the listing, you got to market, you got to sell it, which means you got to understand value. So that was part of the share, is that learn values, learn why one property sold versus another property. And there are lots of tools out there to sort of do that. Got to learn how to negotiate. Any sales business, there is negotiation. Every day you are in negotiations, whether you realize it or not. If it's an exchange for service, you're negotiating the price of that cup of coffee for money. If you didn't have the money, they won't give you the coffee. And that's part of the negotiation. It's part of the transaction. So if you've got to get somebody to do something, maybe you've got to persuade them to let you have a tool, you got to negotiate. So life is about negotiation. There's 3 levels of negotiations. There is lose-lose, everybody loses, right? Got a deal done, but everybody lost in the deal. Nobody walked away from the deal happy. Buyer paid too much, seller didn't get enough, terms were messy. Then there is win-lose. That means that one party won, but the other party lost. So that's not a great situation if you have to go back to the other side for any kind of resources or help. And then the last one is win-win. Right? Everybody wants to win-win, but there is a particular way you've got to go out, create win-win situations. So I told them that you've got to think about ways to create win-win situations for both your client as well as the people on the other side. Hey, referrals can come out of that side of the business as well. Transaction management, right? I told them at a certain level that they need to be thinking themselves as a business, and they need to pay someone to manage transactions, because after 3 to 5 transactions, they will end up just managing transactions themselves if they don't let someone help them do that. So at that level, if they're doing it. But the fundamental thing that I think that I wanted to share that I talked to them about was to see their business from a blueprint perspective. That no builder or architect designs a house without a blueprint. If they did, I don't want to live in that house. Nobody designed an automobile without some sort of design blueprint. The purse that you're wearing, the clothes that you're wearing, the jacket that you're wearing, always was on somebody's design table to create what it was going to look and feel like. It wasn't just stitched together or put together. So any business, any career, any opportunity starts with the blueprint. What do you want the thing to look like, to feel like, to sound like? And that shapes your direction. That sets you in the course. The other thing I told them, as I mentioned on one of the daily ingredient podcasts, is the path is in the math, that they need to understand the math, how many people they need to call a day, how many people they need to call a week, how many showings, how many previews, what's the numbers, because the path is in the math. Do you know your math for your business? How many hours do you have to work to get a certain amount of money, right? How much do you have to work to be able to go on vacation, to be able to save for that car? The path is always in the math. So I talked to them a little bit about knowing their why. Why are they doing this? What's their blueprint? And understanding the path is in the math. And of course, having the daily habits. That's really what, building a successful thing is. Everybody jumps to setting goals, and that's a great thing to go and set goals. I love goals, but you also got to have a blueprint that is built around that, because that becomes your center. That becomes your steady. That becomes keeping you flat-footed where everybody else is teetering left and right. And learning how to manage money, right? I didn't learn how to manage money when I first came in real estate. I ended up with a big tax bill that took me several years to pay off. I wish I'd learned. So you have to learn to manage money, that are not 100% of the money is yours, that you've got a partner, call the IRS, and the IRS always gets its money one way or another. So you might as well pay. And so in wrapping up, what I told them is have buckets. Have savings bucket, have investment bucket. If you are a tither and you give to your church, have that bucket. If you're investing into your business, have that bucket. And of course, have your tax bucket, marketing bucket. So you should have these different buckets that your money is going into, and that money is set aside for those design uses. So it was a great just to be able to talk to great young, fresh minds that are ready to go. So I thought I'd share this on with you, because it's great to have a good foundation. I've been at just this one area of business for 20 plus years, and I enjoy it. I'm excited about it. I'm not burnt out, tired, old school, dated. I stay fresh and relevant to it, and I enjoy going to the next level. And I've been fortunate to have hundreds of companies or hundreds of agents go to the next level. Tens, dozens of companies go to the next level. So it's an exciting place to be, to help. But get a coach, get training. If you're starting something new, get the best training that money can buy. Get the best coaching that money can buy. Get the opportunities that will help you become the best version of yourself and help you become successful in the field, in the endeavor that you wanted to do. People fail on not by accident, but it's because you don't do the things that you need to do. Some of the things that you take for granted that you've got to be able to do. And then lastly is that it's all about providing a good customer service experience to your client. No matter who your client is find the level of customer service that you can do. Customer experience, instead of customer service. Customer service is kind of a 90s term, but customer experience is what we are trying to deliver consistently, day in and day out. Hey, this is Lewis Howard Live for your daily ingredient. We'll see you again on another episode, helping you become the best version of yourself. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And of course, you can get our Lewis Howard Live full broadcast on a regular basis that are on the YouTube channel as well. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Sharing is caring. We'll see you again.